Hi everyone, Eric Nelson here once again, and thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. For today, I am back with another book review on Dr. Scott Bonn's Why We Love Serial Killers. Now, you may think that title is 100% inaccurate because you probably think, wait a minute, how can we love uh, serial murderers when they shouldn't deserve any love because they obviously uh, do not love the human race because they like to murder people. They like to murder the human race, so why should we love them? Well, we don't love them per se, but we love learning about them. And you also may think that that statement right there is inaccurate when I I hope you will quickly realize that it is not. It is probably 98 or 97% accurate because I believe that I actually do agree with Dr. Bond on why we do love cereal, why we actually really relish in learning about why why people take a turn for the worst and become murderers, and why we like learning about their motivations, and why we like seeing the look on their face when they eventually get caught and when they get punished. And that feeling is normal because we like the sense of revenge, even though it hasn't directly affected us, but we like to imagine ourselves as the victims, and when we see the look on their face on television when they are being sentenced to either life in prison or to the electric chair or any sort of death penalty, we like that feeling because we feel like we are the victims and we are getting our revenge. But why do we like learning about them? Well, as I said before, I believe that only about 98 or 97% of us like learning about them because I am probably one of those. I am one of those people, and I know a lot of people who say, "Oh, I don't want to learn about them because we're basically giving them some attention and acknowledgement, and of course some acceptance, because we're accepting them in our lives of learning." And I think that that's wrong, but of course I don't blame people for not wanting to learn about them, and neither does the author, Dr. Bond. If he blames anybody, he blames the media for basically shoving it down our throats, and on on television, and of course through other realms of media like film versions of their stories, and of course a lot of books. Now, of course, you can probably argue that that he is basically feeding into his own arguments by writing a book about it, but he's not writing a book that is basically retelling the same biographies on these serial murderers. He is basically providing us an alternative look on certain serial killers, but he's also telling us, obviously, why we love learning about them. And as I said, one of the main reasons is because the media basically shows us them and reminds us about them left and right. Now, one of the main things that I liked about Dr. Bond's book is how he conducted two interviews with with two of the most famous serial murderers out there, and that is the 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 BT killer, who is also known as Dennis Radar, and the son of Sam, also known as David Berkowitz. Now, I referred to them first as their nicknames, and then I re and then I of course provided the AKA attachment to their real names. Why? Because I personally believe that if you have any intention of murdering somebody, you don't deserve a human name. So, yeah, I mean, that's just how I feel. Now, I'm not going to reveal everything that was said in his personal interview with each of the murderers, but I will reveal one piece of information from each of them. In the Son of Sam's interview, he told Dr. Bonn that 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 Robert Ressler's version of his famous prison interview with him was almost 100% inaccurate. Now, if you don't know who that is, you can go on YouTube, I believe, and see the interview, or you can see him. You can see Robert Ressler talking about him or writing about him or something. I actually do believe it's on there. Now, with the BT murder, a lot of people believe that he is totally unremorseful. When Dr. Bond was taking information from him personally, he did show a lot of signs of being remorseful, and then of course he went back to being unremorseful. Now, the main theme in this book is providing alternative information on not just the serial killers, but he also provides us with not just his own research, but also research that has been conducted by other people. So the only criticism I have of this book is that there was probably a little too much information in there, but you know what? With how corrupted the mass media is, I'd say that this is a lot better than paying attention to the mass media out there. So hopefully this book will put a rest to our desire to learn about people who shouldn't deserve any attention, with the exception in the confines of a courtroom or a prison facility. So you can get this book anywhere, and I hope to see you all at the bookstore or the iBookstore.